welcome to today's Speaker Card reading. Today's topic is what assumptions do people make about you based on your looks and personality. For that, we have two piles, pile number one and pile number two. Now, let's get started. Hello, pile one. Let's see people's assumptions about you based on your looks and personality. Clearly, people assume that you are a very kind natured person based on your personality. You are a very giving, caring, nurturing, very empathetic, very giving and empathetic. Especially you are somebody who is very service oriented, who tend to serve a lot of you could be very much into voluntary services and stuff like that. And you guys are seriously a nurturer, a compassionate, genuinely compassionate human being. Ace of Cups, you are a person, I'm seeing, like, based on your looks, people assume, like, a lot of you have a very fuller face, a voluptuous body, or a more, filled in body. If you are a female, more voluptuous. For males, it's more filled in body, softer features, rounder features, nose a little bit not sharp, rather more rounded nose. Eyes are big and watery. For you guys, water signs can be prominent, especially Pisces and Cancer. Even Scorpio can be. People also assume that you are a person who is very emotionally attached to what you do. You are a very emotional person and you try to find an emotional connect with everything that you do. You feel very emotionally connected. The Hermit, you are a person who is very reticent, very introverted. You are somebody who's very introverted, who's very down to earth. Also, you do not talk much. You are all about your work. You silent, being a silent worker is your one of the major traits of yours, like a silently walking person, somebody who is not social. Either you work or you spend your time in quiet contemplation. You live in a hermit mode. Most of the time you live in a hermit mode. Three of Wands, you are also a person, like, people assume that you are a self-made person. I'm getting, like, typically I'm sensing a lot of respect coming your way, especially for your compassionate, donating nature. Also somebody who has achieved a lot, a very silent worker, a overachiever, somebody who started from nowhere and have achieved a lot, or probably started from negative situation and have achieved a lot in life. The Hierophant, you are a very wise person. You are somebody, see how wise this person is. You are somebody who is very wise, very way wiser beyond your age. It's more like that. You're wise, you're determined. You have had a lot of, sorry, I moved the camera quite a bit. Yeah. You have had a lot of experiences in life which you use to now, that has helped you. Now you probably act as a counselor or a coach or a life coach of some sort. And I'm seeing, like, you could be also like a mentor figure or a teacher. A lot of youngsters actually look up to you. I'm getting a lot of respect. The assumptions that people make about you is you have a very high position in the society. You actually have a very high respectable position, a government servant, a civil servant, government job. That can also be a teacher. You are very good at multitasking. A lot of you have multiple jobs, or maybe a job and a side hustle which you handle very well, or you have a personal life, a spiritual life. Like, you tend to handle different facets and phases of life with elan very easily. The High Priestess, you are somebody who has managed, you have literally managed to do a lot of spiritual work. A lot of you are very much into occult and spirituality, very much into something like Reiki, tarot, crystals, astrology, and a lot of you can also be a spiritual healer, a spiritual teacher. That's the assumption, mind you. You actually tend to give off a very quiet, very self assured, very calming effect you tend to have. Your persona is like that. Okay, people also assume that you are a person, yeah, you are a very self-made person, somebody who has turned their world around. You have a very strong manifestation capabilities. That is another thing people assume, that you are also, you have turned your life from this to this through your personality. You have a very quietly assertive and confident personality about you. You are somebody who has managed to climb up the hierarchy, who has managed to climb the ladder of success in their life, and hence have really, that has helped them tremendously. Five of Pentacles, it's a person who is very, you know what, you are a person who has managed, who has been through a lot of financial trouble in their life. Five of Pentacles typically is a person who has seen a lot of financial debacle. Probably you grew up in a financially unstable situation. Also, maybe there was yes, you felt totally tied up, like you felt like obligated to do things for others. There was a time which helped you grow up. You were probably, a lot of you were stuck up in a 9 to 5 job which literally made you live from paycheck to paycheck. A lot of you have been through a lot of, financial struggle. Especially also you suffered from something like maybe I'm not good enough syndrome, or maybe overthinking, procrastination, some sort of addiction, something that's maybe a toxic ex, a toxic boss, a toxic family situation that made you stay stuck in one position. And today I'm seeing a lot of you have managed to move away from that previous situation and have managed to move to a better, more prosperous situation. You have been able to actually manifest this new life of yours after you came out from this struggling period. You have faced a lot of, you literally felt at one point that your life has come to a standstill. There is nowhere you could go ahead of this position. So that shows in your looks and personality. People assume that this is a very wise and mature person because you have been through a lot of struggle. When we are struggling in our life, there is one thing that happens: we tend to become very, very mature. The Queen of Cups, you are somebody who is very, you're very giving, very nurturing. The Queen of Cups, literally you are a person who has gone up the hierarchy today, but you know where you haven't forgotten where you came from. There was a time when you didn't have access to all of this, and you learned that you have earned every bit of it, because you learned very early that if you have a better financial position, your social position will also improve. So the assumptions that people make is, yes, today the person is at a very highest status, but they haven't forgotten where they came from. And even now, you always never forget to extend your cup of empathy to the have-nots of the society, to those who are struggling in life, because you know that when life gets difficult, like everyday life can become very, very difficult at times. All right, Nine of Cups, you are a person, Nine of Cups, typically people assume that you have literally manifested, you have this magic lamp about you, and you have manifested this new life, this new way of living. You guys have manifested this dream life. Your manifestation capabilities are supreme. Fool too, yeah, people assume that you are a very wise person, very wise, very determined, somebody who who has seen a lot, who has become very cautious in life and have moved ahead. Six of Cups, you are a person who is very, very, you know, you're very giving and nurturing nature. People assume that if you have kids, you are a fantastic parent, or if you don't have kids, you will someday, if you choose to have any, you will make a fantastic parent. You're already so kind and compassionate towards small kids and small animals. People also assume that you are a very balanced person. For you, everything in moderation is the key to a successful life, a more fulfilling life. You are a very balanced person. Number 14 shows that you have been through the tower moments in life and have come out on the other side as a winner. Today you have access to everything that you can think of, and today I'm seeing like you are a more high vibrational, more evolved kind of a human being. Four of Pentacles, you are somebody who has managed, you are a person who does not care, who does not give 2 cents, two hoots about what others would think. You do not believe in squandering money away. You have quite a bit of financial stability in your life today, but you do not believe in throwing your money in the dustbin in the name of showing off. You do not show off. You do not even believe in showing off your money. Instead, you are very good with money, very wise, very cautiously. You believe in investing and saving your money. Ten of Cups, you are a person who is very, you know, people assume that you are a very family oriented person by the way in which you treat your family members. I'm seeing with a lot of care and compassion you actually treat your siblings and parents, because now you know that you have the means and you try to help them as well. And people assume that you will, if you do not have a family of your own already, if you ever have that, you will also be a very family oriented person. A lot of people actually would love to have families with you, would love to have kids with you, because they feel that you'll make a fantastic partner and a fantastic, very caring, compassionate partner and a compassionate parent. Yes, you are resplendent in your own glory. You are somebody who is glowing. I'm seeing like you are a person who is glowing. You are a person, the Empress card typically tells me that tells the story of a person who is glowing, somebody who is you know you have you are truly at the pink of your life. You are truly at the best form, vibration wise, looks wise, the way in which you dress, the way in which you look, the way in which you present yourself. People think literally you have an abundant life. That's the assumption that people make, that this is a person who has an abundant life. Life has been very kind and caring to them. They have gotten very lucky. You tend to embody a lot of Empress energy basically. Five of Wands, you're also a very stable person, somebody who is very stable, who is very you have very rooted, very grounded and very stable. Four of Wands, you are a person whom others feel that you would make a perfect partner because of your reliability, stability, predictability, veracity. You are a person who would make people assume that you will make a perfect long time partner, a spouse, like a husband or a wife material. Ritual, I'm seeing a lot of you being very much into occult, into meditation, into like some kind of ritualistic things, like maybe you have a ritualistic routine about you. Divination, take a breath, take it twice. Insightful reflections are guided by life. You also are like, yeah, I'm getting very much into occult practices, some kind of like, it could be meditation, could be more than that, could be herbs, crystal healing, reiki, some kind of manifestation practices. You are very also very insightful. The assumptions that people make is this is a person who has a lot, very self-reflecting, very wise, very insightful about life. Elders, you know what, you are a person who is so wise beyond your age. That's straight away people assume that this is a person who is way wiser than their age. Owl, behold sight, O ancient ones, for there is magic in the darkest of places if one dares to open their eyes. You are a person who is like this owl. You are somebody who is totally, like, how shall I put it? You are somebody who is like a very wise person. You got wiser when we were walking through the darkest alleys. That's what people assume, that this is a wise person who has seen and endured a lot in life and have grown wiser as a result. You are not born wise, but you have gotten your wisdom over the years. Shark, trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. You are a person who has very strong intuition and instincts. You know what? You are somebody who is very instinctive in nature, somebody who has strong, as I said, instincts, and you are somebody whose intuitions are usually correct. Like, I'm getting a lot of you are very spiritually blessed, intuitively blessed. That's the assumption people make. Dog, your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. Yeah, there was a time when you have been really betrayed and backstabbed and hurt by others. And today I'm seeing that has made you wiser and stronger like never before. Yes, honeybee, let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. You are like this honeybee, busy like a bee. You are also very compassionate and also very forgiving. Like, you have managed, like, you have realized that people have backstabbed you in the past, but you can't sit with that. You have to let them go. You have to be forgiving and compassionate, because that can set you free as well. That sets you free. Your own compassion and forgiveness actually tend to set you free. Blue heron, make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. Exactly. You are like this blue heron who, like, I'm seeing, like, you are somebody, if you believe in something, you're willing to stand up for your belief system, even if that draws a lot of judgment from others. You are somebody who believes in certain things, and you are willing to, almost like, your ethics and principles are so strong that you can do anything to prove them right. Like, if you believe in something, you're willing to die for it. That kind of a mindset. That's the assumption, let me tell you. Alright guys, if you like my content, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Your support means so much to me. Now, coming back to the reading, whistle, be silent, be patient, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. Yes, you are a person who is very attentive, very observant. Yeah, as I said, you're a very silent, reticent, introverted kind of a person who is very observant, very attentive, and exactly, using your senses, exactly when there is some kind of a threat around you. You are a very sensitive kind of a person in that way. You're a very perceptive kind of a person. That's the assumptions people make. Platypus, stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. People assume you are more like this platypus, somebody who does not complain, and like somebody who believes in, like, attitude of gratitude. You have seen so much of trouble in your life that for you, when people like whine and complain about smaller things, it's like it's very annoying to you in a way, because life can be way more harsh. It has been to you, so you believe in literally living every moment with an attitude of gratitude by counting all the blessings that you have had. Snow leopard, take some time. some time out of your usual life and spend it in solitude. You are somebody who is a solitude loving person, somebody who is very much like, you are somebody who loves to spend a lot of time in nature, in life, in quiet contemplation amongst animals as well. For a lot of you, you love to spend time amongst animals. Panda, create a sacred space for yourself in your home or at the place of your work. Yes, I'm seeing that you are a person who has managed, who, you are like that kind of a person who needs their own space. That's the assumption. You have created wherever you go a sacred space, a small heaven for your own self, because that is very much needed to charge you up, to charge your batteries, show the world the real you. People literally assume that you are one of those people who is like with your potential. You do not believe in talk because talk is cheap. You believe in just showing your true potential through the work that you do. A time for healing. You have healed from your past. Blue moon, you are a person who has completely healed from their past. Have faith in your dreams. You are a person who has got a lot of faith in your dreams, in their dreams. You have a lot of faith. I'm seeing you are somebody who has a lot of faith in their dreams. Not just that, not just your dreams. You have a lot of faith that if you walk towards them, they're gonna come true for sure. Very few people have that. People also assume that you are a person who has totally surrendered themselves to the divine. Yes, you are a person who has 100% surrendered themselves to the higher power, because you feel you are very divinely mediated and divinely protected. Your commitment is being tasted. People understand that you have been through a lot of impediments in your life. Your life has really tested your commitments. Your life has really tested how resilient you are, and you have always come out as a winner. Awakening, yeah, you are a very high vibrational person. Yes, I'm seeing repeatedly a very strong connection to the occult, a very strong connection to something that is intuitive, something that is divine, and you are very closely connected and associated with divinity as well. Take time to reflect. You are one of those people who has really, you're very wise. You have grown wiser with time, and you have managed to, you are one of those people who is today very self-reflecting in nature, somebody who has grown wiser, and you have the guts to stand in front of the mirror and self gauge your abilities. If you do something wrong, you have the guts to stand and say that, you know what, I did that wrong. That self reflection in all of our life is very important, and people assume that you are a very wise, self reflecting individual. Take note of intuitive messages. You are a person who is very intuitive. A lot of you are very moon driven person, very lunar driven person. Okay, Phoenix, yes. You guys, literally, people assume that you guys rose from the ashes. You guys literally, like, there was a time when you had totally given up on life. From there, you fought your way back to reality and rose back in life. Don't seek anyone else's approval. You are somebody who does not seek other people's approval. You are somebody who does not need another person's approval. You know you are good enough, and that's it. Okay, now time for the guided messages. Your kindness and compassion makes you stand out. You are a person, people assume that assumptions that people make is you're a very kind and compassionate person. You are such a kind hearted soul and an inspiration. Excuse me. Okay, excuse me. You are like an inspiration for a lot of people. Live and let others live. That's your mantra, and people really respect you for that. I love the maturity and sincerity that you bring on table. People literally love how mature and sincere you are. You have a solid like sense of self-worth, which is terrific. I love your innocence and how innocent you are. You are a very sincere, innocent, mature, wise kind of a person. Believe in your own abilities. You are somebody who believed in their own abilities. I wish I could be as content as you are. You are a very content person. And that shows, that's what people at least think. You are so priceless. I wish you could be mine. All right, so you have quite a few admirers for sure. All right, now time for the charms. You have, of course, a lot of secret admirers. You hold the key to your destiny. You have a larger than life image. Music tend to play a significant role, or maybe you will be getting a big announcement in your life and career, or maybe some of you are getting hitched. I'm just hearing that. Okay, you are divinely blessed and protected. That's what people also think, that you are like now into your time, your good time has arrived. Okay, also you are like this uncut diamond. All right, Pilwan, I hope you have had some clarity over your situation. If yes, please, please, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Guys, your support would mean so much to me. Thank you. Namaste. Hello, hello, pile 2. Let's see what assumptions do people make based on your looks and personality about you. Clearly, people feel that you have been the alchemist of your own life and your own destiny. You are a fantastic manifester. That's what people assume. People feel that you have infinite possibilities and capabilities. Okay, people also feel that you are a person who is very, very, with the Ace of Swords, clearly you are a very logical person, somebody who started something new with their own self efforts. I can see a very logical, analytical, scientific kind of a person. A lot of you could be from the finances or the STEM streams and lines, and you guys actually have had a very strong analytical, logical mind, which you have used to start some entrepreneurial journey, some venture with your own like expertise. You are, people also assume that you are a very, you tend to face a lot of judgments, by the way, most of you do for sure. You are a very free spirited person. You are a person who is very free spirited, somebody who does not care about what others would think, say and do. You are a person who is a very colorful person, somebody who does not like care about other people's opinions and believes in living their life on their own terms. Three of Wands, you are somebody, a lot of you have actually migrated to a different country or a different state, like away from your home, and there you have found success. Could have been a student or maybe for work. You guys had to actually migrate to a different, most of you probably to a different country, some to the different like state and stuff, and there you found your job, you found your stability out of your home for sure. Yeah, you are somebody today who has, people assume, who has a lot of like a confident person. Lot of you can be actually Leos, Leo and Sagittarius and Aries. You are somebody who is a very confident person, somebody who is self-made, who has created a space and place in the society with their own efforts, and somebody, you know you have a lot of contacts and a lot of power which you use to try and help others. Guys, pardon the sound in the background. There is work that is going on in my apartment, so pardon that sound. People also assume that you are a very calculating person. You look at life like it's a chess game. You are a very calculating person, and almost like an opportunity seeker. You know when the time is right, then only one should perform an act. By the way, guys, if you like my content, please hit the like button, share and subscribe, because your support means so much to me. You are also a very gregarious person, very social person, also a very flamboyant, dynamic kind of a personality. Very well, very well put together, very well spoken. Lot of you speak multiple languages, and you tend to get a lot of attention wherever you go. So that's the assumption, like nobody can deny you, nobody can ignore you. That's the whole point. Seven of Wands, you are a very ethical person, you have very strong principles, very, like, very courageous. You know how to speak your truth with all honesty. You have no point speaking your truth. You can always stand up against all the disapprovals. Facing the wolves in the face of severe impediments and disapprovals, you have the courage to stand up and speak your truth. Justice, you are a very justice driven person. You are a person who is like, either you can be a lawyer or a paralegal, somebody who is either a lawyer, as I said, or into paralegal, advocate, something of that sort, or it could be some kind of an advocacy, like a child right, like activism, rather, I meant, like child right activism, animal right activist, something of that sort. Or you are somebody who always picks up against injustices. That's the impression, that's the assumption that people make, that this is a person who is bold, courageous, who lives their life on their own terms and doesn't pay two hoots about the judgments that society throws at them. Yes, you are also like Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wills, the person who is very good at making money. I'm saying literally a lot of you are giving me entrepreneurial vibes. Somebody who is a first generation entrepreneur who came from nowhere with a day job. You started a side hustle and made it flourish. That kind of a person I'm seeing. A person who is totally self-made, somebody who is terrific at making money. Sun, you are a person who is so good. Like, people literally assume, people see you as a success story. People already feel like, a lot of you might tell me that, what, yeah, I have a lot of aspirations, but I'm yet to hit the milestone. But trust me, guys, the milestone that you have already hit, you are like a success story, like an inspiration for a lot of you. People literally look up to you. A lot of young stars I'm seeing, they look up to you, they want to be like you, as popular as you are, as like, I don't give a you know what it means, I don't give a damn to what others are saying, other people's judgments. People, younger people, want to be like you, as confident as you are. Two of Cups, people also assume that you have a lot of love interest. A lot of people are actually crushing on you. That is true. With the Devil card, with the Devil, another thing, on the surface you are a very flamboyant, dynamic kind of a personality, but I'm seeing on the inside you're a very grounded, hardworking person, very strongly ethical, principled person. On the surface, maybe you are a gregarious social butterfly, but on the inside, you are a very grounded, hardworking person with strong set of ethics. Your work ethics are impeccable, and people also assume that you have a lot of lovers, which might or might not be true. You are also very, very strong. People assume that you are a very resilient and a very persevering person, somebody who knows exactly what they want out of their lives and are willing to go after it full throttle. People also assume that you are a very wise person, somebody who has seen a lot of life. You have actually seen a lot of life. You have seen life through its worst and the best possible phases, which has made you very wise. A lot of you are very sharp tongued and see right through people's facade, so people can't get away with manipulation and BS with you. That's a Queen of Swords. A lot of younger people actually tend to look up to you. You can act as a mentor figure for a lot of younger people, a motivational figure. Yeah, you know what, People also think that you are a star. You tend to get a lot of attention. Let's get it straight. You get a lot of attention wherever you go, and that is something that people straight away notice about you. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, you like, people assume rather that you guys lead a very abundant life, very abundant and prosperous kind of a life. Roadrunner, keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. You have an awesome sense of humor. A lot of you could be having a very sarcastic sense of humor. With Queen of Swords, I'm getting a lot of you have like a very dark, very sarcastic sense of humor, but most of you have fantastic sense of humor, and you are very like matured enough to take like things in your stride, on your chin and not on your chest. Like, how to make things, the situation, lighter with the help of your sense of humor. People actually talk about your sense of humor a lot. Wolverine, you are a lot tougher than you think you are. Yes, people actually assume that you are a very tough nut. You are a very tough person who cannot be broken down easily. Tiger, you are being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you're capable of doing so. I'm seeing that Tiger, typically, people assume that you are in some kind of a leadership position, or a lot of people think that if you were in leadership position, you will do so much more, so much better in life. That is what people assume about you. Okay, Gorilla, take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. Yeah, you are somebody who is very compassionate about your family members. People actually assume that you are a very good family person. You are a very family oriented person, somebody who listens to their family members, their ordeals, their complaints, and actually tries to do something about that. Polar bear, stand up for yourself. Speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to outcomes. You are a person who knows how to stand up for yourself and speak your truth. You are being seen as somebody who can be very quiet but very assertive, very quietly confident and assertive. That kind of a matured confidence can be seen in a lot of you. Voices, yeah, I mean, people assume like you could be a very good speaker, very good orator. A lot of you could be speaking multiple languages with elan, and yeah, I'm seeing like you are a person who is known for your speaking abilities. Your throat chakra is very, very prominent, rooted. May you never tear the living ritual that is magic merged within the roots of your being, the soil of your soul. You are a very rooted and grounded kind of a person. You are somebody who is extremely rooted. You are extremely disciplined. You are very focused. Like, in order to achieve something in your life, this is the amount of hard work I need to put in, and you are willing to do the work. You are always willing to do the work. Shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. You are like this shapeshifter. I'm saying like a lot of you have changed so much, even physically, bodily speaking. A lot of you have changed in over the last few years, and people around you can no longer recognize you. That is something I can see. Trust in the unknown. You are a person who has a lot of faith and trust in the unknown. You are a person who is really, you have a lot of faith. Like, you believe in the universe, and you also believe that it's because of this universe that you have been able to achieve so much in life. Trust and thrive. People also assume that it's because of your faith in the universe that you have been thriving today. You have found so much success in your life. It's because of your faith in the universe. See from the higher perspective. You are a person, you are like one of those matured people. That's what people assume, who can look at the bigger picture. You have the ability not to fret over the smaller discrepancies in the situation. Rather, you have the ability to look at the bigger picture and take decision accordingly. Sage, be devoted and committed. Yeah, people assume that you are somebody who is very disciplined, regimented, focused, devoted and committed, almost like a hermit, unbound. You have managed, you have been through a lot of like difficulties, and you have managed to cut cords with everything of your past that was no longer serving you, that was only pulling you down. As they say, the contracts, the soul contracts of the past lives and your ancestral debts, you have actually managed to pay them off. And today, those things, those heavy baggages can no longer put you down. Share your voice. You are somebody who literally, your voices, share your voice. I'm getting like you are a person whose voice is very significant, a public speaker, motivational speaker, somebody who has been through a lot and is now becoming a counselor of some sort, of psychologist, trauma specialist. These are the things that can literally suit you as a profession very naturally. I'm seeing a lot of you people actually come to you naturally for your life suggestions. Warrior woman, yeah, a lot of you are, first of all, you tend to stand up against any kind of injustice, and people literally think that you can be very belligerent and combative when it comes to your rights. When it comes to your work, you can be very competitive, and you do not leave like a single field to someone else. Yeah, dance with life. Yeah, you believe in dancing to the tunes of life. I'm seeing a lot of you love to travel or travel frequently. That's the assumption also. And you believe in enjoying life to the fullest. You genuinely believe in the fact that you only live once, YOLO, and believing in that and doing it to the fullest are the two things that you do. Don't dim to fit in. Yeah, you are somebody who does not believe in dimming your light in order to fit in. You do not believe in dimming your light, and instead you believe in being and staying unapologetically yourself. Protection, you are divinely blessed and divinely guided and protected. Step out of your comfort zone. You are a person who has at last managed to step out of their comfort zone. You are a person who has managed to, people literally think that all the time, whenever you are there, you are always pushing your comfort zone, you're always pushing your boundaries farther and farther. So you are one of those most hardest working people in the room. You always are willing to try something that will make you a little bit uncomfortable, because as they say, the most amount of growth happens to us outside of our comfort zone. That's exactly, that is true for you for sure. Be bold and make the first move. Yeah, you are a very courageous, bold person. Also, in case of proposal, like people literally feel that if you feel attracted towards somebody, you will be the one who would go and propose. At the same time, you're very good at giving innovative ideas, business proposals and propositions as well. And people, like, you are very a go-getter, a bold, very you believe in your own abilities and willing to go to any extent to achieve my goals kind of a person. Your hard work is paying off. Yes, I'm seeing that you are a very hardworking, determined kind of a person, somebody who has achieved so much in life, and you have genuinely managed to pay off all of your like ancestral debts in spite of coming from nowhere. Literally, you started your life from negative situations. From there where you stand today, there is a massive difference. I'm seeing a fiery climax approaches. Yeah, you guys have like, you are a person who has, like, people feel that you are meant for bigger things. The fiery climax shows that you are meant for bigger and greater and better things in life. Prosperity lies ahead. Yeah, you know what, people feel also that you are meant to be bigger and prosperous in life as well. Very, like, really big, really large and prosperous. You can always rewrite the story. Yes, you are one of those people who has literally, people assume this is a person who has rewritten their own life story. So you're like a motivational figure for a lot of them, because they feel that, if this person can do it, so can we. So your survival guide is a motivational story for a lot of them. Make a change. Yeah, you guys have physically changed. Like maybe you have gained a lot of muscle, changed in the weight sector, maybe the way in which you dress today. Maybe you dress in a more bold manner, more like dressed for success, because at the end of the day, in today's day and age, the way in which you dressed is the way in which you are being addressed. So something like people like 5 6 years back of your life, they can no longer recognize you. Your potential is endless. You are a person whose potential is endless. You are a person who, um, you are that person who has a lot of potential in them, and you are willing to put in that extra effort to get them done. All right, now time for the guided messages. What people assume about you. Life is a journey, just enjoy every bend. People assume that you are a person who believes in this mantra that you need to enjoy whatever life throws at you. When it gets tough, the tough gets going. People literally assume that you are a very tough person, very hardworking and tough, strong person. Your empathy and compassion is a gift to the world. Yes. People also assume that you are a very empathetic person, and your compassion towards others and empathy towards others is like a gift to the world. You are such a worthy human being. People assume that you are a very worthy, capable human being. You are wise way beyond your age. You are a person who is very wise, very determined, kind. You are so disciplined. I wish I could be like you. I mean, I need not explain. People wishes to be like you. You're like a blessing to a lot of people. That's what people think, that you are like, your compassionate, giving, caring nature is like a blessing to a lot of people. All right, time for the charms. Okay, transformation has been a key. People also assume that you are a free soul, you are a mentor figure. Manifestation has been a key thing in your life. You are a very stable person. You're getting recognition for all the hard work that you have put in. You are very belligerent and combative. All right, Pile 2. I hope you have had some clarity over your situation. If yes, please, please, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Guys, your support would mean so much to me. Thank you.